Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to The Outer Worlds. This is my character, M4J, as you know, obviously I'm going to be called M4J. I am M4J. So last time we set up our character, we started the game, we bumped into a couple of characters, including Phineas. We quite literally bumped into Alex Hawthorne. Our escape pod landed on him. This is his ship, his little AI. Ada is not too pleased to see us. She's very not pleased that her captain is dead, but she's offered us an opportunity to take on his identity, find a power regulator for this ship, and then the ship will be ours. So I'm very keen to take her up on that very generous offer. But to do that, we do need to find the power regulator. So let's head back out into the big wide world. You weren't here before. Oh yeah, we also sent 2 soldiers to their death. They're over there somewhere. Who are you?
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie. I'm the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, it seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here?
Yeah, about that. I don't like your tone, Ernie.
Altercation, you say? Shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt.
I could use their gear, no sense in letting a good suit of armor go to waste.
No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or otherwise. Company policy, you see. You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice.
Oh man, so we're living in a capitalist society.
Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the cemetery.
Can I kill him? I've got to stop asking that question to everyone I meet. But seriously, can I kill him? Also, is there a light that I can use? I'm just going to have a quick look at some of the settings again. I don't like doing this when I start the games, but I've just watched back. There we go. Just watched back some of the footage from the first episode, and it looked a little bit pixelated. It might look a little bit better when it's in and rendered and stuff, but I just want to make sure that things here do look nice. I might raise this up to 120, even though the human eye can only see 60 frames per second. It might be nice to have just that little bit extra smoothness. That's what we got here. There's the gameplay. Okay. Field of view, yeah, I'm happy with all that, and I think I'm happy with all this as well. Show responses while listening. Dialogue choices don't appear until the speaker is finished talking. Check this to see dialogue choices while the speaker is still talking. Okay, I'll leave that off for now. Okay, right, let's go. One day you will be mine, ship, but it is not this day. So I might as well sprint over to where I need to be. Oh, there's no slide system. Who is this? Oh, you're an enemy. Okay, let's see if I can sneak up on him. Just doesn't do any damage. Oh my god, where do you come from? Come on, come on. Excuse me 1 second, fella. Wow, this gun is useless. There we go. Did I cut this guy in half or something when he died? Where do they go when they die? Do they not just drop? Oh, you're there. I'll take all your stuff. What happened to this guy? Am I just being really dumb? Oh, you're there. Okay. Let's check out my weapons again quickly, because we've got a few of these things now. So you do 73 DPS. Yes, we're going to unequip you. We're going to equip you. Mind you, you're all good condition. I think we're going to break this one down. Break this one down. Break this one down. And if I go armor, we don't have anything new. Okay. As we were. I hope I'm going the right way. Looks like it. Oh wow, this place looks huge. I was expecting like a couple of shacks and you know, maybe a central location, but this place looks massive. I'm assuming this is the cemetery.
Where'd you come from?
Hello Silas, we'll talk to you now. Don't worry.
Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
That's a good point.
It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by them. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Should we start lying now? We should probably start lying now.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Mind you, I feel bad lying to him now, because in Fallout 4 I threatened Trash Can Carla to get her to give me caps, and then I could never talk to her or trade with her after that. So early game, you've got to be careful of your choices.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
I don't actually know what I was.
Edgewater is a company town, board owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see.
Okay.
Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Wasn't there a place in Fallout? Abernathy Farm.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds.
You're not worried about falling sick?
Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30, carry the 1. All my life? Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem's the paperwork. Can't get anybody to pay their gravesite fees.
So he's a bit of a smart ass as well.
Former people, yeah. Marauders been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay. Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. Work's been real good to me.
Oh. There we go.
Former people, yeah. Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back in town. She pays for marauders by the finger.
Oh, we're gonna be very rich.
No, I mean, I'm contractually prohibited from saying anything that might reflect poorly on Spacer's Choice. Ah, avoid it. Shouldn't have said that either. Look, forget I said anything.
We're gonna be very rich by the time we're done here. If they pay by the finger. Now, how do I know if I'm hidden or not? Like, let's just say that I save here and then stole this shovel. Okay. That didn't go to plan. I'm obviously not as stealthy as I thought I was. The stealth stats look quite high. But I guess not. Okay, let's head into Edgewater. I'm going to guess there's nothing of interest around here. Although there might be in here. Yeah, steal everything that isn't nailed down. There you go, there's a shovel. Are they going to know it's me? They're probably not going to know it's me, are they? Okay. Edgewater Saltuna Cannery. Spacer's Choice property. Terminal access. Welcome, Junior in Humour. So this is Silas's terminal. I'll let you guys read these yourself. Okay. Burial invoice. Name Theodore Granger. Cause of expiration industrial accident. Burial status successfully interred in gravesite 13F. So I feel like we're going to need to know this at some point. Gravesite fees paid and accounted. In Humour's addendum, Teddy's corpse was missing a hand. Deducted 5 bits from gravesite fee because I'm a kindly fellow. So this guy's a dick, basically. Like, if someone dies and then a bit of them goes missing, it's not their responsibility, it's whoever was in charge of burying them. So, Silas. That's harsh. That's really harsh. We also need to come back with some mag picks so that we can get into that chest. Anything over here of interest? That looks like a door. Question is this a locked door? Ah, here we go. So I'm thinking this might be Silas's house. No one at home. Good stuff. Again, is he going to know it's me? I do hope not. Can't get into there yet either. Ooh, lovely. Some weapon parts. Who keep weapon parts in the kitchen? Put your gun away. Might need to remap some buttons at some point. So I feel like that's going to be annoying. Alright, let's go into Edgewater. I think we've wasted enough time. We need a power regulator. We need to pick up payments for Silas. And there was something about wiping out marauders as well. I think we might just go do the objective now. And we'll come back to do... actually, we might do this one first. Collect gravesite. Actually, no, let's do the main one first. Then we'll come back and do the rest. Mind you, the barbershop's right here.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Oh, this guy's pissing me off already.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Right, I was about to ask, how has he seen lots of body parts when he's a barber? But if he's also in part of internment, then fine.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
Oh, I really want to kill this guy.
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Oh, just use words. Stop talking bollocks.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Can I just intimidate him?
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
How about you give Silas your thesaurus and you start talking English normally?
Much obliged.
I'm sure he'd be more than happy to accept that. Excuse me 1 second, Silas. Okay, I'll let you guys read this as well. Oh, we got blackmail material. Let's go see what Mr. Conrad has to say for himself now, shall we?
What can I do for you?
Persuade or medical? Let's do this one first.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Congratulations.
You know about Eugene? How? You probably heard it from one of our local gossip mongers. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. More than a few. Those teeth were his personal savings. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? The good Vicar Maximilian and I have never quite seen eye to eye, but your point is well taken. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Okay, one down. I'm going to quickly switch my armor to this. And I'm going to unequip the helmet just so I don't get shot on sight if there are guards here that don't like marauders. Okay, I think that was a pretty productive conversation. Can I talk to you?
They start asking you for some medicine, come tell me. Keep your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
Alright, I'm not going to go in there then. Not yet. Let's go do this objective and then we'll come back and do the rest. That sounds like a plan. What have we got here? Oh, this place just sounds so depressing. So depressing. Then I'm going to remap the interact button to A.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting Saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Oh, are they done talking? Is it my turn?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Thought I was.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. I am asking you to help us survive. Edgewater needs more workers or we will collapse. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
This guy is so smarmy. Companions! You've gained a companion. They are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support, their skills enhance your skills, they increase your carrying capacity, you can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Learn more about your companions in the companion ledger. So welcome to the party, Parvati. That's so bad.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Oh, she wants to dish and dirt. Can I pickpocket people?
Okay, keep him quiet.
Well, that was ASMR levels of whispering there. You can stand up, Parvati. There we go. Can you join me in the elevator? Oh. Pop, and she's there.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk?
Let's do it.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Okay.
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
So we have ourselves a predicament. We need the power regulator to take control of the ship, but in order to do that, we're going to have to cut off the deserters and either force them back to a life of slavery or get them killed. Neither of which I particularly want to do.
On my way.
Okay, so these companion controls.
Coming.
Gotcha. Can I talk to you?
Move along.
Okay. Yeah, I want to change the interact button, because every time I interact with something, I pull out my gun as well. Let me see if I can change that now. Controls. Bumper jumper? No. I ain't no bumper jumper. I just want to swap two controls around. Why is that not allowed? Oh, you see what I mean? So I'll put the gun away. Then if I go over here, for example, and press X, but it doesn't do it now. Let's see who else we got. Let's see if I talk to Parvati.
Yeah, huh? That's on account of how I never met her. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
It's a really sad story. Maybe we can go find her mother for her sometime. Hopefully. That'd be a nice side quest. All things considered. There we go. So every time I talk to someone, I pull my gun out as well. Hopefully that's not seen as hostile behaviour. Some of this stuff looks really good to steal. Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. Yeah, funny that. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have high enough reputation with the associated faction or a hack skill of 40 or higher. Okay, so I just sold all my junk. Do you have weapons that I could buy? You've got a good shotgun. What is this? Light machine gun. We don't have anywhere near enough money for that. Or for anything for that matter. Okay, so we'll have to come back when we got money. Let's just go out here for now. Let's just go do what we're meant to do. We can always come back.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Aren't you a ray of sunshine? Okay, so we got optional quests right now. Divert the power, or optionally go see the vicar first. Yeah, I'm going to go speak to the vicar first, who I'm going to guess is in here.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hello, vicar.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison. Anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf. I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Okay, now we're on book collecting duty. They're just residents, they're not doing anything. You're just a resident. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else interesting in the church. What I'm going to do quickly is change stock on where we're going. So instead of doing this one, I'm going to do a small grave matter. We'll finish this quest, and then we'll call this an episode, I think. So we've got to go back inside the cannery. Are we going up the elevator, or are we going this way? I think we're going this way by the looks of it. Ah yes, there you are. Hello, Phyllis.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Is that why I keep missing?
Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
This place is messed up.
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
This place is really messed up.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Fair enough. say no more. Alright, let's go to the next person. Who are you? You're just a worker. Probably should have gone to the other person first, but oh well, we're here now. Wait, why is it telling us to go that way now? Let's go to Abernathy first. Yeah, it's telling us to go that way again to find Ludwig.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
No, that's not the right way. This is the right way.
Wish we had some better rack.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Yeah, he's got the plague.
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Okay. I was on his side until he told me to hurry up. Now I'm not so sure. I like the way,
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
excuse me? Oh, hello.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. how do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
Oh man. I was about to say I like the fact that Parvati interacted with Abernathy as well. Now I've got a dilemma. Who do I side with? I just don't know right now. I'm going to go find Ludwig first. Finish this episode. Next episode we'll go and worry about all the other stuff. I keep pressing A. I'm in Fallout mode where A is interact. Need to change that. Okay, so Ludwig is that way. That's what it was telling me. When I went out the gate, I had to go round the back of the city.
Not a peep for me.
Don't actually think there are enemies around here. I think it's just the wildlife. It certainly sounds like just the wildlife. Alright, so we gotta go this way. And here's Ludwig.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
There's a lot of depth to the companions this time as well. I mean, Fallout New Vegas had that too, to be fair, where they just offered conversation and opinions on things. I like that.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
Okay.
The war! The coming apocalypse! Man versus machine! I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Okay.
Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about. Firing at the birds. Orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
This guy is a lunatic.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans mostly, some Spacer's chaw, few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back. Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the Resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent! A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple bits for just such a project.
Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially? Unofficially? Strictly between you and me. I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Okay, this guy is a lunatic. Absolute loon. Just close that door really quickly. Okay, workbench. Hello Ludwig, don't mind me. Alright, we're not going to be able to do anything with him here. Trespassing, lockpicking, hacking and murder are all considered illegal activities and are frowned upon by society. Avoid being seen if you want to engage in these activities without consequences. Okay, can I fix anything? That's the question. Okay, I can repair the shotgun. This stuff I'm not too fussed with. So wait, what do I want to tinker? I don't think I want to tinker with anything right now. Oh, space. When did I get up the impact hammer? Must have missed that. Alright, hang on a second. Let's apply that. Oh, is that Parvati's? By any chance? Might be Parvati's.
Yeah, huh? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better than the likes of me.
Let me just see if I can do the other option there. Yeah. I was hoping to delve into her backstory a little bit more, but I think that'll come with time. Let's apply some skill points as well. 10! Bloody hell. I want to get these up. You've unlocked location hit effects for tactical time dilation. Hitting enemies in different locations during TTD maims or cripples those body parts. Try different locations to see the different effects. Hits to the chest produce different effects when using different weapons. Interesting. Alright, let's go... That's not what I meant to do. Let's go report to Silas, and then we'll call this an episode. A little bit of stutter there. The game's largely behaving itself, considering. Let's not walk off the cliff. I'm pretty sure... Actually, it's not as high as I thought. But I say I'm pretty sure a drop like that would kill me, but it's not too bad.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this fella.
That's the point. Parvati's told me all about her family history. I don't think I've even told her my name yet.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Oh, suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether, never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking? Alright, easy now. No need to get your hackles up. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about hope this and colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble. Trouble's in the asking. Board don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I. Something I can do for you? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. Yeah?
Okay. Okay. So it's not quite the resolution I was hoping for, but there we go. Right, let's talk to Parvati one more time, and then we'll call this an episode.
Where are we headed?
Alright, call this an episode. I thought there might be something to talk about her father there, but never mind. Okie dokie. So next time, we're going to... do one of these. Probably this one. Right, how close is it? That's pretty close. Okay, so we're going to do that next time. We're going to go get the book, take it back to the vicar, or see if there's someone else who'll buy it for the same fee. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far. Drop some comments down below and all that good stuff. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I'll see you soon.